right, so you've gone through the whole process. You know what's going on in the market. You've gone out with your realtor. You've seen 10, 15 properties. You know exactly what you like. You walked through the perfect home. You got your offer accepted on that home. And now your realtor says, look, we have 24 hours for you to get a deposit to the sellers. What does that mean? What is that for? We're going to look at it a little bit today. So what is the deposit? Let's break this down a little bit. So the deposit is an amount of money that is given by the buyer to the seller in their brokerage to hold through the process of the transaction. Disclaimer for you buyers out there, note that the deposit amount does go towards your down payment for the property. It's not above and beyond the purchase price that you are offering to those sellers. It is something that will be worked with on closing as you are figuring out your closing costs and paying the seller. Buyers have 24 hours to submit the deposit to the listing brokerage. So that's not one business day, that's 24 hours from the accepted time of the agreement. This is going to be something for buyers to note as well, is that if you are anticipating pulling money out of mutual funds or RRSPs to access that deposit amount, sometimes those processes take more than 24 hours. So if there's a property that you are thinking you'll be competitive on and a property that you do intend on purchasing, you want to have those funds relatively liquid so that you can get that deposit as a bank draft over to the sellers within 24 hours. The deposit is then going to be held by the listing brokerage. It's going to be deposited within about a week, and the listing brokerage will hang on to that until one of a couple of things happens. If you have an agreement that is conditional on financing, inspection, the sale of your property, getting insurance, any of these things, wording that most realtors will use and most brokerages will use says that if you step away from the deal because the status certificate doesn't satisfy you or you can't get financing, if your inspection doesn't come back and you can't come to an agreement, if you aren't able to fulfill one of your conditions, you get your deposit back with no deductions. All you have to do is sign a mutual release to get out of the agreement itself. After the agreement goes firm, in that there are no more conditional aspects to the agreement, after that deal goes firm, that deposit is locked in and there's not going to be an opportunity for you to pull that out again until it is used on closing to aid the purchase of your property. On the seller's side, what happens to that deposit if the deal firms up and the buyer doesn't close on the property? In that circumstance, for you as a seller, be aware that that deposit is there for you to hold on to in case the buyer doesn't uphold their side of the deal. The deposit's not something to be afraid of. It's very, very straightforward stuff, honestly. When the agreement is accepted and the seller says, look, we are all in with working with you, buyer, the deposit is the buyer's response to that, saying, look, I am also all in with you on this agreement. Here is a set amount of money to show you my interest in the property. I hope that this video has been helpful for you. I really appreciate you tuning in again this week. If you want to see more videos from me, feel free to check one out up here. I think you'll like that one. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, I try to upload a video like this every week. And if that's interesting to you, yeah, right here, just check it out. Thanks so much. See you next time.